changed 100%, I'm sure.
Well, it did. You know, I mean, for us, it's always been about the car. I mean, that's what matters the most. You know, and I get it with the TV stuff. Is, you know, I mean, you have to generate ratings. It's all about commercial time, right? You know, I mean, and that commercial slot is worth X amount with whatever ratings. And so, you know, when we were there at Boyds, you know, and Boyd, big company meeting, we all sat down, he explained to us, we got some camera crew coming in, they're gonna film us. You guys do your own thing, don't act up, they're just gonna film you guys working. And that was the pilot episode, and then next thing you know, they were there constantly. So I was mic'd up at 7 o'clock in the morning. And
were you really that early?
Yeah.
All the way through?
Oh yeah, yeah. No, the film crew.
They literally let you go to the bathroom on your own, but aside from that, I would assume.
Yeah, we had fun with that too, though.
Did you?
You go in and us, we're not going to shut the mic off. You know, just screwing around. So,
oh my gosh.
But yeah, no, and so I mean, it was a great experience. But you know, I'm not a camera guy, man. I want to leave me alone. Let me do my card things.
You look great on camera. I'll just tell you straight up. This is you got plenty of Hollywood when you need it. No, you did a great job. Well, since that time, I mean, obviously, you picked up states.
Yep.
I'm sure you today miss so badly all of that traffic in Southern California, right?
Yeah, but you know what though? I live in my little box. I mean, everybody laughs just because I don't get out much. I mean, when I was living in California, my wife stayed here, and because I never had the intention of staying in California, you know, and so coming and going, I mean, it was always, you know, they would always laugh at me, and the wife and the kids, they'd always like, because we'd go out, and I'd be like, when they put that up? Where'd that come? You know what I mean? And now it's like driving here tonight, it was the same thing. And I thought, it's only going to take me a half hour to get here. Hell, it took me like an hour and 15 minutes from Napa. Yeah, it's like, so traffic is crappy here too. But
oh my. Well, let's talk a little about your shop, which is over in Nampa, and it's a beautiful building. It was built from scratch, right? I mean, it was pretty much, you designed the whole deal, the paint shop, I mean, everything.
I overbuilt, yes.
Yes. But I mean, it's a beautiful complex, but you don't always stay there to work on projects. You are brought in and have been involved with so many of the premier cars, literally, that have been built over the past umpteen years. You travel to other states and work for other builders. Tell us about that.
It's been kind of surreal. You know, and that's, for me, it's the camaraderie. You know, I mean, because all of us, I mean, we have the shared passion of the love for the car. You know, and to get the opportunity to work with other craftsmen, you know, I mean, that's what it's about. And working together as a team for this common goal of doing the absolute best you can to build that car. You know, and you know, not to take anything away from awards and stuff like that, but that's not the driving force. And for me, you know, I've been blessed to be a part of teams that they have that same mindset that I have. You know, I mean, we are just going to build the absolute best car we can possibly build. You know, and our main goal is to create, you know, because this is your customer's dream, is this car. So that is the award for us, you know, is once that car is done and the customer sees it for the first time and you see that tear in the eye, dude, it's done then. You know, I mean, and so to get the experiences with the other builders and like you mentioned, the premier builders, it's been kind of fun. It's kind of surreal. You know, I mean, we've become very good friends with a lot of guys and a lot of fun adventures, that's for sure. And you know, there's always adventure around the next corner. So
out of all these cars you've done, which has to measure not into the dozens, but certainly way beyond that, do you in particular, and you've probably been asked this 100 times, and you're like, Scott, no, what are you doing? You're going to ask the dumbest question on the planet. Do you have a favorite?
Nope. My next favorite, my favorite one's always the next one.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
That's fair enough.
It's always the next one. You know what I mean? Because every car has a different story. You know, I mean, there's different memories behind every project. So, and the customers and the relationships you build. So, but I mean, it just, you know, I mean, obviously the impression I did with Chip was very special just because of that part of my life. Because if anybody unfortunately watched the TV show, my departure from Boyds was not pretty. You know, Boyd took that very hard, and there's a lot of backstory to that. It was just because the animosity Boyd had towards Chip from the early Hot Rod by Boyd days and blah, blah, blah. But, you know, for me, when I left, it was very heartbreaking for me because I looked up to Boyd and I loved him so much. And when the TV show was there, I just saw that, you know, I mean, maybe I was just another cog in the wheel. You know what I mean? And one at Boyds, basically, the multiple hats that I wore is I took care of customer issues, I took care of employee issues, and then obviously ran the body shop. Dwayne ran the front and ordered parts, and then together with Boyd, we ran Boyds. You know, and so seeing the relationship that Boyd and I had, and then to see it just be flushed down the toilet like that was very heartbreaking. So when I did that with Chip, and then Chip had the exact same issues that I had experienced, you know what I mean? And so we had that common thing. And so Chip and I had a lot of late nights, just, I guess, being together, you know, and going through that hard time. So, I mean, that car will always be special just because of the emotional side where I was in life. So, but